Hey everybody, this is my quick video review of X-Men and Teen Titans Team Up from 1982. Oh man, 1982? I was still in high school when this came out. My memory's getting bad because I could have sworn I was in college when I bought this, but I know I bought it when it came out, so okay, doesn't matter. Now, the cover says Marvel and DC present, but this really feels more, it looks like, feels more like a Marvel comic with some DC characters in it. This was written by Chris Claremont, who wrote the X-Men back then. It was illustrated by Walt Simonson, who had done some work with DC or for DC, but I think at the time he was drawing Thor. I think I'm not 100% sure on that timeline, but I knew at some point he drew Thor in the early '80s. Now the inker, the letterer, the editors, I think they're on Marvel. All right, so the title is Apocalypse Now, and that would have meant more in the 1980s because the movie Apocalypse Now, that would have been what, less than 10 years old probably. Um, you know, Simonson's art is really good, but it can get a little cluttered, which is better than what you get in a lot of comic books today, which is just bare pedals. Okay, I don't know who that blue guy is talking to Darkseid, but I didn't care back then because I was a Marvel guy. You know, the Kitty Pryde Darkseid dream sequence here reminds me of the Sigourney Weaver Zool sequence in Ghostbusters, but this comic book came out first. I mean, so it didn't remind me of that back then. So I think when I read this later, it reminded me of it. And when that Jean Grey image falls into Scott's arm, you have to remember this came out maybe a couple years after the whole Dark Phoenix saga in X-Men. So at the time, this had some emotional impact with readers. People reading this right now might not realize what a big deal that whole Dark Phoenix thing was. That was interesting that Starfire knew about Dark Phoenix. Nice touch. I never liked Beast Boy or Changeling, so I didn't mind Starfire's violent reaction to him. Get him, Starfire! Get him! It's a cool action sequence with Deathstroke versus Robin. Deathstroke, name Deathstroke, the stroke of death. And then Starfire tells us what she knows about the Phoenix. You know, Starfire, she get kind of slutty. Maybe it's the outfit. I mean, it's definitely the outfit with what was it with you know how in the 1990s comic books came out with those swimsuit issues? Well, with Starfire, every issue is a swimsuit issue. Action sequence. It's a Marvel comic book, but you know the Teen Titans get their due here. Deathstroke versus X-Men. This is a good scene. This is a really nice two-page illustration. This is what a two-page illustration should be, you know. And yeah, I know the pages on this copy are falling out. Okay, that's why I wasn't able to sell it when I was selling my comic collection a few years ago. You can see collectors freaking, oh my God, you just ruined it. And it's been like this. Uh-oh, Darkseid meets Dark Phoenix. This could get interesting. I might not understand it, but it could get interesting. Cyclops freaks out. What a wuss. Grow up hair, Cyclops. I'm just kidding. All right, now I understand. Emotional impact. Early 1980s. Teen Titans and X-Men meet, and they don't even have the obligatory fight scene first. You know, Stan Lee back in the 1960s never would have allowed that to happen. And there's Starfire acting slutty again. Yeah, she claims she's learning a new language. If only she could learn new languages through intercourse. Nightcrawler's jealous. And so is Kitty, but she was hanging out with Beast Boy earlier. Beast Boy is being useful for once. That's a cool drawing. You know, the Simonson's art can get cluttered, but it's obvious they at least put a lot of effort into this. A lot of the crossovers, especially in the 1990s and later, those were obvious rush jobs. And I don't want to spoil the ending or anything, but here's some more cool artwork. That panel with Kitty Pryde looks like John Byrne drew it. I don't want to give away the ending, but Teen Titans and X-Men win. Won't say how. And now they're just all hanging out. Starfire looks slutty. And then DC is on the move with a bunch of titles that either got immediately canceled or no longer exist. You know what? I will give them credit though. Camelot 3000 was alright. That's it. That's my review. Overall, good comic book. Probably a great comic book by today's standards, but you know, I grew up with Bronze Age comics, so my standards are higher than a lot of people, than the standards of a lot of people who read comic books today, if anybody really reads comic books today. And if you like this video, watch more of my comic book videos. You can also go to my blog, Dysfunctional Literacy, for more about books and publishing. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.